Good evening, folks. Hope everyone's having a good week and ready for the weekend. We're out here at Bear Lake tonight, one of the places we haven't been in quite a while. There's apparently some pretty active spots out here. So if you give it a shot, put our telescopic rod and my bottom rods to work. I'm understanding spots right up here somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the base. It seems like the best option right now is pop-ups with using artificial corn and a pop-up boilie, so let's get those set up and go try the spot. And if anybody knows the exact coordinates, definitely let me know. I'm just going with the general idea of where it's at. And unfortunately, I don't have PVA or SPOD, so hopefully it'll be okay without that. One set up, and I've already got the telescopic rod set up, which hopefully it will be able to reach the area where the carp are at. We shall see. We shall see. Be here. And head on up to the spot. I think it's like around this area here. Here we go. I think this is the spot between. I think I've heard someone say going between the weeds. So let's go with this. Get my hot bar set up here. And as far as the depth goes, I guess I need to go with probably get the bottom lines first out, because I'll have to fine tune the depth a bit. Clip, I believe, is 17 meters is what people are using. Give it a try. I'll throw some ground bait out there as well to help things out. My voice is sounding a little bit strained today. I do apologize. I was at a live event last night, and my voice is a little, or my throat's a little strained from that. All right, let's start the depth. Well, start the depth at 2 meters. See if that's good enough. We want it to basically be on the bottom. That is, no, it's right, 2.5. I'm gonna try and put it until I actually see the message that it's hitting the bottom, and then tweak it from there. Okay, so that's too shallow. You can tell by the float, so let's bring it down to 15. No, maybe 2 was the correct depth after all. One more time here. Yeah, good. Tighten these up a bit. And I can't make regular grass carp bait yet, but I do have some muscle ground bait, so it should do all right. A perfect shot. There we go. Now we wait. Hopefully I've got the correct location here. Tonight's tea is Blueberry Brilliance. It's blueberry white tea. Ooh, still a bit toasty though. Hopefully this spot is both the correct spot and still active. I know earlier today people were saying they were getting carp left and right, or I'm not seeing evidence of that, so I may be in the wrong area, or maybe the information I got on the bait's not quite correct. But yeah, see what we do. We got our first nibble here. Got to set those friction brakes up. I think we've got first fish of the night is a small mirror carp. We will get some larger ones than that. It is a bit early for the carp to be biting. I think they're more of a late morning species, but let's see. Slowly saving up for the second carp-capable telescopic rod, the Falcon TL. It's going to be about 30, between it and the line, it's about 3,800 silver, 2433, so it's a little ways away. There we go, got another bite. There we go. Friction brake set on this one as well. Now, I do have to be a little careful if I land anything that's like a 20 kilo carp. Those are going to be a little rough for these setups, especially the telescopic. We get them stay around 15 kilo and under, we're in good shape. Nothing yet on the telescopic. I'm wondering if this spot is dried up a bit because I'm not seeing many carp catches in the in-game chat. They were flooding it earlier. Skill-wise, I've been working some more on my bait harvesting. Really trying to get that up so I can get the better harvestables unlocked. Fortunately, I'm at the point now where using egg dough, the cheapest thing that I can still really make for reasonable skill gains, is getting kind of stingy. I might get like 0.1 gain during happy hour with 10 crafts of it. But I think it's still cheaper than upgrading to making the cornmeal dough, which would have a higher chance of giving skill. Something a little bit bigger on here now. Might go above 24 on the friction brake while it's fighting. I can top water it, it's not very far out. Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy. Another mirror carp. Yeah, too bad, almost 10 kilo. Still nothing hitting the telescopic. I'm hoping I can get some on there because I'd like some more practice bringing a larger carp in on the telescopic. A little bit of a finesse to it to keep it from tearing the line. But I'm wondering if I am at the right spot, because the information I found was this spot's supposed to be really active for leather carp, and it's just been mirror carp so far. Not even a nibble so far on it. Wonder if I need to lower the depth just slightly on. I think it should be fine though. I have heard some people earlier, I think, mentioned using something with a coconut bait. Let me see if I have any of those. And here. Cocoa. Got coconut and fruit. Cocos and cream pellets. Cocoa and cream. Okay, let's try changing out to the cocoa and cream corn. Since these are all like tripled out on the mussel stuff, and maybe changing one of those out to coconuts will help out. Let's see. Cream. See if that does a little bit better. This might actually be still a little bit too deep. Let me try lowering it down to 1.9 meters, see if better. Yeah, I think that should be right. I guess since the fire rate's a little bit slow, I might as well on doing some bait scooping. Need to get some more free mayfly larvae anyway. Using it like crazy at the Ladoga Lake spot. If anybody in the in-game chat can help me with the location and bait that this supposedly been super active today. This is certainly not that. those two so far. Not even enough yet to pay for the trip out here, let alone the bait that I purchased. Go. Bite. Still nothing on the telescopic though. Another small one. Like a common carp. It's below 4 kilos, worth a few silver at least. Almost tempted to switch telescopic over to potatoes or something. I'm gonna see if I can find weekly Bear Lake here. Look at leather carp, see if I can find it that way. All Amber Lake. US region, see if that narrows it down. Carp, leather carp. Cocos and cream all the way around. So let's try, let's try doubling down and going all cocos and cream then. Cocos and fruit. Then nectar. Yep. Can do anything that way. Let me see if I've got I was just throwing some generic carp ground bait out there as well. We'll give it about 10 more minutes here. If things don't pick up, I'll switch and head over to, I'll stop by Windy to grab some more mayfly larvae and head back to Ladoga Lake. At least I know it's active there. That's part of the reason why I've avoided Bear Lake in particular, because I really feel like this is one of those lakes where you have to have an exact spot with the exact setup or it's just not worth it at all. Most lakes you can go to and you can go around casting stuff out there and it may not be great, but it'll get you by. This one's just awful. Of the map so far, it is my least favorite. This is one of those maps that you have to get into, you really have to get into metagaming. You have to look up online and see where people have found the active spot. It's just not worth your time. A little bit of pickle action here. This is pretty terrible, I would say. Well, let's try putting just a potato and algae sandwich bait on here, see if that gets us something a little bit better. Bait one, float one here. That. Okay, am I out of sinkers? Interesting. I guess I need to go buy a new pack of sinkers. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay. Let me, go pick some of those up then. I thought the sinkers were kind of an infinite thing if once you started with them. That's right, this place doesn't have a tackle shop. Well, I guess maybe I'll be leaving Bear Lake anyway, and I'll go back and see if there's happens to be anything on the line, and not. Head on out of here. Nope, nothing on them. Is doing that for everything I do here? Yeah, okay, well, I guess we've got to leave here anyways. All right then. I'd say this was a pretty wasted trip. Hopefully I'll make back at least the trip cost going out here. Let's go to Mosquito and guess need to buy sinkers and mayfly larvae. Let's see, sinkers, I guess you can go to rig components. Yep. Flip fishing, 50 pieces. So I guess like if you change your rig type 50 times, you've got to buy more. At least they're cheap. It's good. Yeah, guess it's more. Hopefully it's in stock. Mayfly, yeah, good. Got 2 stacks of those, and stonefly larvae. Let's see if they have any of that over binding. Job. Baits. They don't. It's not the end of the world. Okay, they do. So let's grab 1 stack of those. We'll use it on one of our lines. Grab some free food while we're here. And I guess back to Ladoga then. It's loading in. We update the stream info here. Go. Get my hotbar set up as well. All right, well, guess we'll be catching a bunch of small fish here again. I'm just going to keep only mayfly on, and then these two will sandwich bait some stonefly larva in there as well. It does seem like the stonefly larva does increase the odds of getting whitefish a little bit, but not significantly so. The problem there is that between the mayfly larva and the stonefly larva, essentially every fish is costing 2 silver in bait. So fish has to be worth at least like 4 silver to even have made it worth it. All right, get some nibbles here. Let me check to my get the happy hour activation when I cast. I didn't hear the sound, so I don't think it did. All right, got our first fish out here. Looks like a whitefish of some sort. Yep, float fishing game. That's nice. I've gotten those have been far and few between lately because get up to once you get above 80%, slow going even with the assistance of happy hour. Hey, awesome sauce. Nope, no lion tearing so far. I was trying a little bit over there at Bear Lake since everybody was having a lot of luck out there earlier, and I was getting pretty much nothing. I tried for about 30 minutes and got 4 carp, so I decided I might as well come back here. Which just need to check if I need to relog to get my happy hour activation. Go fish. Yeah, for some reason it didn't activate my happy hour. How you doing today though? Awesome. You were pulling in some good carp earlier. Very good, very good. Yeah, my voice is probably a little bit cracked tonight from being live at AEW last night, doing a lot of yelling. Nice. I remember. I think he was mentioned he was fighting a pretty big one before I hopped off earlier today. Always good to see him catching them. But yeah, I tried. I couldn't. I don't know if maybe I found the wrong info or what. I followed a link that was on the main Discord from yesterday. It was for leather carp, and I was first of all I didn't catch any leather carp. It was mirror and common carp, and it was just like a fish every 5 minutes between 3 lines. So I don't know if maybe it was just the info I was looking at was not the right info, or what the deal is. And I also found out something. There we go, happy hour started. Apparently, I've always wondered because I've seen the sinker sets for sale in the shop for float, but you start with a sinker set, and I'm like, and you can't like change the sinkers in your rig. So I was like, I guess that's just something there for show. Apparently, when you change your rig type on float rods, it does actually use up a sinker, and you get each sinker set as 50 sinkers. So if you've changed 50 rigs out, you'll actually have to replace that sinker set, which looked like it's only 3 silver, but that was a new thing I learned. Which is also part of why I went ahead and left Bear Lake, because I decided to try a different rig type on my telescopic out there, and because I used up that last sinker, I couldn't change it, put anything back on there, and there's no tackle shop at Bear Lake. So I was like, okay, well this is a sign that it's time to just go. Missed it. Yeah, I would like to find that spot and bait at some point, because mostly because I want to get some more practice bringing carp in on my telescopic. The biggest one I've got on there was like a 11 kilo carp. I want to try and a little more practice on it. About 50, or not 50, about 1,100 silver away. I guess more like 1,200 silver away from being able to get a second carp capable telescopic, which will be nice. Whoever's nibbling on line 1 there has been nibbling at it for a while. So many tiny Vindus. Do that, see if that gets that tiny fish off of there. Which this spot seems like it's starting to slow just a little bit. I mean, it's still, as you can see, it's good still, but it's not quite as high of a bite rate as it's been the last week and a half or so. So it seems like there's probably only maybe only a couple days left of this spot being crazy like this. Yeah, it's nice to go. And as far as the event last night, when I was over ringside AEW again, it was a lot of fun. I got some good action in there. I was really berating CM Punk. I don't know if you know, you follow pro wrestling and other things surrounding him right now. Ooh, that's a big perch. But I got a good picture of he came up and gave me a good stare down from all the berating I was doing. It was fun to rile him up like that. Yeah, so when I was out at Bear Lake, I was trying, the spot was at was like 55, 63 or something like that between some weeds. And I tried coconut and fruit blends, and I tried different mussel blends, and neither of them seemed to be particularly effective. I don't know what it is. Slowed down a bit for you earlier. Okay, so maybe it's maybe the spot's just kind of dried up. I know I mentioned earlier when I started the stream while I was out there, like Bear Lake is kind of my least favorite map so far, because it's very much like you have to be at an active spot with the exact right setup, or it's just a waste of time. So not really a huge fan of that body of water. I figured I'd give it a shot since it was working well for everybody earlier, but definitely not my cup of tea. Yeah, and that problem is like it's not like it's generally you can't just kind of like discover that it's hot. It's one of those, because of the nature of that map, it's kind of like a metagaming map. You have to look up where you're going and what you're using to catch anything. And it's like, oh, at that point, it's so close to like fishing by spreadsheet, like Fishing Planet, that it's to me it's not quite the way RF4 should be. And this is one where you should be able to go, and other maps are this way, where you kind of just go somewhere and throw a shot there. And it may not be like super, like certainly nothing like this, but at least you can catch stuff. But my like a Bear Lake is like, if you're not right on the right place with the right stuff, you just don't get anything. So why even bother? And it's in a weird place where it's like, if you want some easier carp, you can go to Oldberg, and then if you're high enough level, you can go to Amber Lake. Bear Lake kind of sits between the two in a weird spot as well. Yeah, it's anytime I've gone to Bear and it wasn't, I would try, and even if I wasn't, like, I try to look for stuff that's not carp out there, like try to find tench and stuff like that, and it's just not a map where you can just kind of randomly cast around and have any luck. Hey Bethany, how's it going? My day is going well. Looking forward to the weekend because it's supposed to rain, which will hopefully cool the temperatures down a bit. How's your week going? Just out here warming up the old Adoga Lake spot again, since I couldn't get any luck trying to get anything at Bear Lake. Tried for about 30 minutes and caught 4 carp, so I decided it was time to move somewhere else. Very nice. Congratulations on that. It's a nice trophy to get. I'm sure the XP on that must have been insane, because I know the biggest linear carp I caught was like 17 kilo, and that was like 140,000 XP. Hey, River King, how's it going? And I was mentioning to Awesome Sauce earlier, I learned something new while I was at Bear Lake. Turns out those float sinker sets actually do matter. I always thought they were just kind of there for show, because you can't, like, you go into the rigs, there's a slot here for sinker, but you can't do anything about it. It's just automatic. Well, it turns out that anytime you change your rig type out on a float rod, it uses up one of the sinkers. And so the sinker set that you start out with and the ones you can buy come with 50 sinkers. So I did not know that, and I end up changing my rig out there at Bear Lake, and there's no tackle shop out there, so I couldn't buy more sinkers. Like, well, I guess between that and the low bite rate, it's telling me it's time to move back to a new lake. Hey, 82% float fishing, all right. Yeah, I need to go back and watch. I was ringside at AEW last night. I need to go back and watch and see if I showed up in any of the shots. I'd had some good interactions with some of the performers and everything, but where I was sitting, I was behind the timekeeper table, so camera doesn't usually pan over to that side. I can tell. Go. Another Bendis, it looks like. Yeah, I think this spot's days are numbered as well. It's still, I mean, it's still active. It's good bite rate still, but it's getting a little bit slower, and I've noticed it starts really slowing down once I get around 70 fish into it, where it was up to around like 110. So I think this spot is slowly winding down, unfortunately. It's been a great spot for about a week and a half now. And this bite rate's just, even this one that's still, it's a little bit slower than it has been, is still just an incredible bite rate. I've had quite a few trophies here as well. I got, on Sunday, I got 4 trophies in less than an hour and a half out here, which is pretty cool. Where's everybody else fishing currently? They're non-committal fish here, just nibbling away at the hook. You're out there, Barry. Yeah, see that 55-6, that's between the 2 weed patches north of camp, right? So I think that's where I was at, which that somewhere around those coordinates. and they certainly weren't biting for me. Another Vindus there. I want to figure out where there's still one whitefish species here that I have not caught yet, the Valum whitefish. So I don't know if maybe they don't hit in this area or they just go after radically different bait. But I'd like to catch one of those at some point. If anybody has any suggestions where to get those, I'm all ears. I see you. So you found so that's the thing. Where you're at, Awesome Sauce, that's where I was going. Is it was supposed to be leather carp, and they weren't biting for me. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if maybe it's a spod PVA issue or what it may be. Hey, another float fishing game. Yeah, I'm really wondering that because I was having that same issue at Amber Lake where using the exact same setup as people and not getting anything. The only difference was I was using ground baits instead of spod. It really seems like you just, for Amber and Bear Lake, you have to have PVA or spod or it's just not going to do. Which is why I really wish that spod was something that was a universal unlock. I hate that it's locked behind bottom fishing, because if I want to do telescopic fishing for carp, it means I still have to farm up a bunch of XP in bottom fishing to unlock that. One of these has to take the hook here eventually. Now all three are bobbing. Okay, here we go. Nope, that was a false alarm. There's a little Vindus, and I think I missed whatever was on one. Yeah. All right. Really not seeing a lot of difference between the line. So lines 2 and 3 are using sandwich bait with mayfly and stonefly larvae. So if I don't start seeing much of a difference with what they're catching compared to this one that's just a mayfly larva, I'm going to take that stonefly off of there because that's an extra 1 silver per fish that I could be getting. It's expensive bait. Yeah, it seems like they have a slightly lower or a slightly higher chance of catching the whitefish, which are more valuable than the Vindus, but you can see it's still mostly Vindus. So I don't think it's a high enough chance. Ooh boy. Yep, there we go. Lake trout have found me. All right, let me, I think I have any spare size 10 hooks. Might go run up to bring these in and I'll go back to the shop and grab some more. It's the risk here is every now and then you'll get either like a really big whitefish or more commonly a lake trout that just hits these lines and there's just no saving it. And what you're asking in game with the black carp, if you're catching grass carp, that's basically what you want to do. Is black carp are more or less just they're a subspecies of grass carp, and so if you're catching grass carp, there's a chance it'll be a black carp instead. So if you just target grass carp, that's your way of getting black carp. There's not really a good way to target farm them specifically otherwise. But yeah, with black carp, you get them there. They are a ton of XP and silver. Well worth it. Grab another here. Nice cheap stuff since I lose them so often. And I'm thinking about, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna throw the ultralight back out there and let's try using my really heavy duty rod out here with like a size 1 hook to see if we can actually catch some of those big trout and stuff that keep tearing our line. That, and then instead of the short rod here, put the big heavy duty line in and get that set up. Nice heavy duty float on, and we've got a size 1 hook. With this action on there, and one of these. Got something on it? Yeah, it does. Missed it. Nope, nope, still on actually. All right. Well, all right. Well, that hook lasted a long time, didn't it? Well then. And you can see once you get one of those big guys on there, it's just going to immediately rip it. Granted, that line in particular is the riskiest of them because it's my ultralight line, so it's only got like a 3.1 kilo load capacity. That's why I get the cheap hooks. All right, well, let's try that again. Yeah, I see, like with the bite rate you're getting, it seems very clear that I just am not going to be able to effectively fish that lake without spod. I tried even just throwing ground bait out, and that was doing nothing. Right, throw this one out. Two. Ruckus. All right. Let's see how that does. I think, did I actually, is this a carp hook or a classic hook? Oops, yeah, I need to pull that out. An actual classic hook size 1 on there. Yeah, another float game. Although for telescopic fishing, I don't know that there's other than just having a higher percentage, which allegedly helps with the average size of fish. I don't think any of the unlocks I'm going to get from here out really apply to telescopic because it's the bait fish rigs and the Saberlina, however it's pronounced, rigs, which I don't think either of those can be used on telescopic. Maybe the bait fish can, but I think that's only natural. bend this here. Go ahead and pull this in and swap that hook out. But man, not getting a chance to do anything with it. Light rates. All right, back to this. All right, let's throw this one on. There's a size 1 classic. I really don't know if this will work. It might be too large of a hook for this area, but I'm going to give it a few minutes, and if that doesn't work, I'll change it to like a size 6 or something. At least I know that this rod will have no issue bringing those large fish that are biting out here in. And a decent bend just there. Pull these rods a little bit closer together, it looks like. Yeah. Grumpy cat waking up over there. All right. Yeah, I think the size 1 may just be too large, so I'll change that to size 6. That does a decent Ladoga whitefish, almost 1.5 kilos. Right this. All right, yeah, go ahead and change this out to a size 6. If I a size 6, doesn't look like I do. Okay, let's try 4. See if that works. If not, I'll go grab a size 6 because 6 is the largest size you can get for medium class hooks, which I think class of the hook is the most important factor as far as species targeting. So. Ooh, nice mirror carp there, awesome. The foot fishing game. Nice. We'll give the size 4 a little bit of time, see if it works. If not, I'll go up and grab a size 6 and swap it out. Did you get your carp rods you're saving up for? Or you got all 3? Very nice. One day I'll be able to afford all of the telescopic rods that I want, but there's like 6 of them and they're around 8,500 silver each. So it's not going to be anytime soon. Unless I cast one of my lines out here instead of pulling in a fish, I pull in a treasure chest. A little whitefish looks like. Oh, the wind is okay. You can see the darkened fins there. Size 4 doesn't seem to be doing anything, so let me go grab a size 6 hook real quick. The amount of hooks I've bought at this tackle shop. Size 6, there we go. All right, pop this out. Yeah, like there is the spot from the dock when Amber where I was able to catch some fish without spod, but the bite rate compared to what other people were getting with the exact same setup just with added spod, it was just night and day difference. And that may be something, maybe getting one of the when I unlock Cobras, which I think is at 85 float fishing. Yeah. Maybe that would work as a substitute for spot. I'm not sure though. Not to read up on, but that's maybe an option that I can unlock here in the near future and try out. But I would want to find out for sure first, because I think those Cobras are like 500 silver or something like that. Oh no, the lake trout. Whenever I start catching those, that's when I get worried. Even changing down to a size 6, I'm still not seeing a whole lot of action on this one. Wonder if that float is maybe too heavy. Might actually be, because these are pretty lightweight fish. So let me change that out and see if that. Let's throw a blue one on. That'll work. Hey, Cappy, how's it going? We got a ad break coming up in about 10 seconds here. We'll keep on fishing through that. That's just to prevent pre-roll ads. So be aware of that. Spell that right. You still catching some carp right now, Cappy? I saw you catch some pretty big one earlier. Yeah, doing good. Looking forward to the weekend since it's supposed to rain, and I will hopefully cool it down a bit because I'm about tired of the heat this summer. So next year I think it's supposed to be worse because we're going to be hitting a solar maximum next summer, so we'll have a lot of heat flares and stuff from that. Getting ready to hit the hay, are you? Getting ready for the weekend just about over there, right? We're up to, not too bad with 50, so my measly bear carp haul there. Well, the fish suddenly go to sleep. What's the deal here? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, 33's silver's decent. The problem is that, like, I feel the price of those carp is kind of geared towards the idea. Those ones at Amber Lake that are so big are geared towards when you have really high tier reels, where even those like 20-kilo carp you can just reel in no problem. And so they just don't end up being worth quite as much as you think they would, unless they're one of the rare species, like you get one of the ghost carps or things of that nature. Fantastic. Yeah. Shameful to bring in a small Vindus on this heavy duty rod. Yeah, so that's I guess that's the hope I'm going to hold on to, is that the Cobra will be a viable substitute for spods, and that'll let me go back to trying to catch some carp. The Cobra, from what it sounds like from the descriptions, is that it's basically like, so there's the slingshot that lets you basically throw a bait further, but the Cobra, I think, is kind of like you fill it up with baits and it sprays, or like sort of like tunnels and shoots out a bunch of bait in a line, so it works kind of like an above water spot, I think. The float fishing game from that ripus was nice. Dang. 60 silver for 4-kilo buffalo. That's one thing I needed to, once Canadian gets back from his vacation this week, and next week I want to plan my first trip to Actuba for stream. And I'm hoping I'll have a second one of these Falcon rods by then. And that's one of the things I want to target at Actuba is buffalo. Yeah, so I think that's what the Cobra does, is basically like you aim it out and it just like peppers in a line the ground bait you load it with. So it's kind of like a rodless spod in a way. Another over 1-kilo whitefish, pretty handy. It's that one. I hate this time of day here. The reflection makes it so hard to see the floats. I need like LED blinking floats where I can see them much easier. Yeah, so that the PVA, that's true. I mean, hopefully I can make do with just ground bait, but if nothing else, there are some other things I can go after with the telescopics out at Actually, I can go after like the herring, the regular Shemaya, stuff like that, the Black Sea Cudum possibly. So at least it gives me some options, unlike Amber and Bear Lake, where you're not going after carp. Why are you even there? Cast. Got this heavy duty line out here, hoping to get some of those big lake trout that keep tearing my line up, and none of them seem to be wanting to go for it. Got something moderately heavy on this one. Probably about a 900 gram whitefish. Up here. 800 gram. Wonder if, let me check the records here, see if there's something else that the lake trout prefer that I can try and target them with. Yeah, nothing I have access to. It's like the beetles. So. Ooh, nice trophy crucian there. Yeah, the Black Sea cutum are also there. If you can find them and catch them, they seem to be pretty good for silver and okay for XP. But the problem is that they also, I think, tend to bite on very expensive gold or scoop only bait like the crawfish tails and stuff like that. Seagulls back. Hey, another float game. Get out of here, seagull. That's right. That's right. You get on out of here. Scaring my fish away. Another ripus. If I could, I wish I could target farm the ripus more because they're much better XP than the Vendus. Problem out here is that like everything kind of goes for the same bait, so it's really hard to target farm any specific species. Another float fishing game. Oh, out of mayfly larva. Okay. Get back and buy some more of that. I'll go ahead and bring these lines in as they catch fish first. Really not having a whole lot of luck with this size 6 hook, so I may change this back down to a size, I guess I'll just do it a size 11 since I've got it right. I guess I'll go a spare 10. Hydrate. You got it. What's going on, Brain Slayer? How you doing today? I go grab some more bait up here. hopefully they are in stock. Good, good, good. Even though there are a couple silver more than they are at other places. Let's get with one set for now. Oof, what's you moving or going to college or something like that, Dream Slayer? Ah, switching to homeschool. Well, I mean, I guess you could probably still see your friends, just not on a daily basis. There will be some good opportunities. Yeah, there you go. Silver lining, right? More time to fish. That's it does make a difference though, not seeing friends every day. That's for sure. I know a few years ago, pretty much up until someone just got a huge Greenland shark as a on the global weekly records there. I worked in an office for like 13 years, and I ended up hiring most of my friends to work there. So like it was great because going to work every day and see your friends and everything. But when I switched to another company, it was a remote work, so I was only working from home, and it's fun at first, but you definitely do you do start feeling that sort of itch to see your friends every day when you're used to seeing them all the time. So it's you just do what you can and find time to see them on the weekends and evenings and stuff like that. You know, white bream here means that the Ventus are probably about dried up. We got a roach. Someone's got a 12 kilo black buffalo on weekly telescopic record. There's a stickleback. Those are pretty rare, at least at this spot. Yeah, once you start getting like the roach and stickleback and minnow and stuff like that, the spot's pretty much dried up. Hang out just a little bit longer, see if we can't get something out of it. But that 11-gram stickleback was a weekly telescopic record. Such a mighty record, that one. Ripus. A little bit of pickle action here. Yeah, I'm definitely hoping that by the end of this weekend, I'll have enough silver earned to get a second falcon rod. Like a yeah, so it's not wholly dried up yet. I appreciate the follow there back. So you're catching some salmon out there at Volkov. Stretch time. Alrighty. Start with a little vertical stretch here. Get a little bit of horizontal action in. Get those shoulders all flexed out. Welcome to the channel. Out here, farming my usual Ladoga spot. I tried Bear Lake for a little bit and just couldn't catch anything because I don't have access to spot or anything of that nature, just regular ground bait. Which didn't seem to be cutting it for me, unfortunately. That was a bad cast. You can call that a cast. I'll recast in a second here. And some nibbles on there. Oh, here we go. Still hoping to get one of those larger lake trout on this line so I could actually bring one in without it tearing my hook off. But of course, I get a rod out there that can handle them and they don't want to go for it. Every time. It seems like if I want to target some of the species I haven't caught out here regularly, I'm going to need to be able to get like dung beetles and diving beetles. There's more reason to keep raising that bait harvesting skill up. A nibble here. Fairly aggressive nibble though. It's raining, all right. Raining tends to bring out the slightly larger fish. Findus. Probably missed the window on this one. Yeah. All right. That wind out here is not as bad as I've seen it though. I was out here one day and the wind was up to 10 meters per second. Trying to cast telescopic in that kind of wind is a little bit disastrous. It was actually heavy enough that it was blowing the floats and taking them down stream as if there was a current. To 77 fish in there. Yeah, you don't want to, definitely don't want to fall asleep at the reel on those big ones. They'll find a way to break your friction brake. But at least you have a little bit of leeway there where you really can't get away with closing your eyes is telescopic fishing. You'll just miss the hook setting opportunities every time. Tiny Ben, just get out of here. Not even worth the cost of the bait. Findus engine update. Oh, so you're talking about the like where it makes noise? You know, I haven't. So I think it probably matters on maps like probably Seversky, for example, because there's smaller, fairly shy fish that you can catch drifting and trolling out there. But places like Volkov or things of that nature, I doubt the salmon, for example, are bothered by the engine noise, so it probably doesn't matter. But when it first came out, people were saying that they were noticing that if they had anything shorter than 18 meter of flip, on some lakes like Quarry, they were noticing the difference. As long as your line is out at least like 18 meters from the boat, it doesn't seem to matter. Hey, congrats on hitting 29 there, Awesome Sauce. Caught up with us here. Oof. Yeah, only 350 silver, it'll be fine. Sucks though. I know I had a, as far as I know, it's still a US body water record out there at Volkov for catfish that I got. It was a 50-kilo catfish that I caught on a Titan, which is only rated for like 12-kilo max load. Took me an hour to finally get that thing in, and by the end of it, the fish was worth, I think, 110 silver, and I had to do 75 silver worth of repairs from it, so not quite worth it. Oof. Yeah, hooks can get really expensive, and I feel like they don't matter as much as it's suggested they would. Like right now out here, I've tried using expensive hooks and found that my bite rate and catch rate is no less than, or it's no more on those than with super cheap hooks, even though they're like 3-star versus 5-star hooks. I know some of the hooks do have like a load capacity to them, so I guess if you start going after huge sturgeon and things like that, you need the expensive hooks to not just snap. Yeah, like 100 silver, that's so much for a hook. See M-Dog's out there at the sea right now. Must be, I don't know if he's streaming or just relaxing. Saw him pop up with a weekly. Not streaming up. Okay, yeah, must just be relaxing, because I know he's back to working full time, so he's been doing a lot of just playing for fun after work. Yep, I'll get to 29 here, but it sucks that there's no map unlocked at 29. Level 29 and level 31, I think 33 are all ones that have no map unlock in the late game, which is unfortunate. It makes them feel a little anticlimactic. You get your skill points out of it, but that's about it. Another float fishing game. All right. Slowly working towards unlocking that cobra. Tea, this rain just makes you have to chug the tea down. The spot's definitely drying up right now, though. Sadly, there's only really right now one other spot that's decent that you don't have to take a boat to get to, and it's only for really like kibble carp. About it. But once this spot dries up, it's more or less just log off or go to another map for a couple hours. And nice, awesome. Yeah, it's that spot. It definitely is. Clearly, it makes a huge difference. So, are you using the muscle bait setup on there? Coconut. Okay. Yeah, I had on my telescopic out there. I had cocoa pop-ups and corn with the cocoa dip. And those weren't. Never even got a nibble on that one. The carp that I did catch were all on the mussel setup on my bottom rods. I ain't even just. It's like John needs some tea. That's sent over to help him out. Up to 50 batches of tea there. All right, you got him too. All right, well, he should be good on tea then. Let's try to help out the fellow players where we can. Yeah, I think the spot's pretty much dried off. We'll still get a little bit here and there, but once it starts drying, it's very noticeable. Whitefish. Come on, fish. You can do it. You can do it. I went through the effort of bringing my big rod out here to catch some of those large trout and don't want to go for it. So sad about that. Almost halfway through level 28 now. Up here, Roach. Go. And happy hour has concluded. Let's see, so we're at 92. Let's catch 3 more fish, 1 on each line, and then we'll go cash them in. Ooh, someone just got a global weekly record grass carp, almost 40 kilo. The beast. I missed that one. All right, we count it as a loss, I suppose. All them nibbles. Yeah. I'm gonna bite this one to finish us up. Not seeming like it. All right, let's go. First, we'll stop by, see if there's any cafe orders we can fill. Probably not. Usually the cafe orders here for these fish species require a bunch of large ones, unfortunately. See what we've got. Actually, I should have that one. So that's 20, almost 21 silver there. So that's a good start. No, I don't think I got enough large ones there. Definitely did not. Nope. All right. Well, at least we got to get one from the Rapus there. So we've got 91 fish, including these carp. I'm going to guess we've got 291 silver. Want to take their guesses on this. Let's see what the end result is here. Oh, it all pretty close. 302 silver. So that plus, I mean, the carp were. Honestly, that one mirror carp is a pretty good chunk, actually. But yeah, not too shabby. So plus the one that we sold on the cafe got about 320 silver there. Not too bad at all. So it's the amount I'm having to spend on bait and everything there. That's the problem, is that each of those fish cost 1 or 2 silver in bait. So, where if I get like 250 silver in fish here at the fish market, it usually means I actually only took home about 100 silver because bait costs. Pretty terrible. But let's go get our end of stream scoop in here. Hey, we got another mayfly larva. That's good. So I'll be wrapping up here for tonight. Hope everyone's weekend gets off to a good start. I'll be streaming again tomorrow and next night, and then the night after that, I may or may not be. I'll have to check and see, but otherwise, hope everyone has some good fishing tonight, and I will catch everyone same fish place, same fish time tomorrow. Take it easy, folks.